calling it, quote, the most important election in the history of our country. President Trump will spend this week laying out his vision for the country. Joining me now on Skype is John Gizzi, chief political columnist and White House correspondent for Newsmax. John, welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming on. Some have described this as a pivotal week ahead of the November election. What are your thoughts, and also what are you looking to hear from the president as he continues to make his case to the American people?
Any thoughts about the convention have to be that there's nothing like it. In this situation that requires a virtual convention, virtual speeches, it's going to be quite different than before. But it also is Donald Trump's convention, and it gives him the opportunity to delineate what he feels is a thick red line that shows the differences between the two political parties and himself and Joe Biden. Whether the issue is economics or defunding the police or who's tougher on China, the president is going to try and make the difference crystal clear to the voters and do it with several speakers and several opportunities that are labeled surprises. We'll be watching.
Yeah, we actually saw the president today in North Carolina. What do you think that does to energize his base, having that physical presence? And also, how does that underscore the contrast between the two candidates, meaning Trump and Biden?
Donald Trump likes to have people think he is more vigorous than the few years older Democratic nominee. And by appearing regularly at the convention and doing so live, he'll be able to demonstrate that, or at least that's what his supporters believe. That's why, in contrast to past nominees for president, who only appear to accept nomination on the final day of the convention, Donald Trump will be a fixture here, as will the Trump family, and that will draw a sharp contrast to Joe Biden broadcasting and recording his acceptance speech.
Well, John, last week you and I talked about what it takes to unseat an incumbent president and how difficult it really is. In your opinion, what are the key issues that voters will be paying attention to?
Certainly the economy, and this year, as much as the economy, the COVID-19 virus and how the Trump administration has handled it. Foreign policy is discussed for perhaps 5 to 10 minutes in presidential campaigns, and while there's a lot going on in the foreign front, from Hong Kong to Russia to Western and Eastern Europe, it really is not going to make much of a difference. In the end, it will be COVID-19, and it will be the economy, and to a degree, it will be the contrasts in the personality of the candidates in the race with the oldest median age of opponents.
Well, John, we have just a little over a minute left. Any quick thoughts?
King Lear once said that many true words are spoken in jest. With that, welcome to both the national parties' conventions. A lot is going to be said, and it will mean absolutely nothing in November.
Well, John, we appreciate your time, you coming on, your analysis. John Gizzi, chief political columnist and White House correspondent for Newsmax. Thank you again.
Always a pleasure.